In global geopolitics, it is being said that you have the right and opportunity to choose your allies or enemies, but you don't have that much of opportunity that you can choose your neighbors. Your neighbors will be always the same. So you need to have a very cordial relationship with your neighbors so that your country can flourish. So today's topic is of mine is related to our neighboring country of India, that is Myanmar, or called as Burma. Indo Myanmar Relations or Indo Myanmar Relations. India and Myanmar are the two close allies, and both these countries are part of South and Southeast Asia respectively. Both these countries have cultural, people to people, and economic ties from the millennia. Buddhism spread from India to Myanmar, and that is the major religion of Myanmar. About 90% of its population is Buddhist followers, and Buddhism's way of life has been totally motivated from Indian culture. So you can say that Myanmar's culture is somewhat similar to India's. India and Myanmar have a huge historical ties. We all know about Subhash Chandra Bose, who was one of the fierce freedom fighter from India, and he gave the slogan "तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आज़ादी दूंगा," and uh, he called this slogan from the Burmese land. So Burma has a very important role to play in India's independence movement. In 1947, India got independence. In 1948, Burma also got independence from Great Britain. After that, in 1951, the formal diplomatic ties between both these countries, India and Myanmar, were set up. After that, the relationship between both the countries have been very good and flourishing. But in 1980s, the Burma's democratic government was overthrown by a coup, and military government was set up there, and that was a kind of turning point when the countries, both of countries, their relationship got deteriorated. But soon after 1990s, when the PV Narasimha Rao and Atal Bihari Vajpayee came into power, the relationship between both the countries have been flourishing and flourishing, and both these countries are participating with each other in various aspects of economic, political, and social development. Now, I would like to talk about India and Myanmar cooperations in different aspects of life. The first and foremost is trade. Trade relations between both the countries is not too great, but it is too better. Both those countries agreed to scale up their trade up to $1 billion, but in 2017 itself, their trade reached $1.3 billion, which was way ahead of their what they estimated. So we can say that the trade between both these countries is working very good, and India is the fourth largest trading partner of Myanmar after Thailand, China, and Singapore. After that, I would like to talk about the infrastructural projects between both the countries. Infrastructural projects between both these countries play a very important role in their diplomatic relations. We all know about Kaladan Multimodal Transit Transport Project, which is from Indian port of Kolkata to Sitwe port of Myanmar, and through which Sitwe port we can easily send commodities and goods to the northeastern states of India, which are far accessible from India's mainland. Another project I would like to talk about is India, Thailand, and Myanmar Trilateral Highway. And according to this, we can scale up our trade and economic relations with the Southeast Asian countries. Myanmar is our gateway to the Southeast Asia, and through this corridor, we can even make our trade and other economic activities in other Southeast Asian countries like Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. Our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, has seen a vision through which he can connect the Kolkata city of India to the Ho Chi Minh city of Vietnam through road networks, and that would be a great thing because Indians and Southeast Asian people can trade with each other freely. The third point I would like to talk about here is cultural and people to people connect. Myanmar is a Buddhist country, and a lot of Buddhist temples are there in Myanmar. And India also respects all religion as it is a secular country. So India is uplifting Myanmar's cultural heritage by providing them infrastructural development and other things. Along with that, it is being estimated that around 2.5 million or even more than that Indians reside in Myanmar. So a huge number of Indian diaspora resides in Myanmar. Now I would like to talk about the underlying issues between both these countries. The first and foremost is terrorism or violent groups such as Arakan Army or Rohingya groups, which are radical in their nature, are creating problem for India and Myanmar both as well. The second problem I would like to cite here is trade. Trade between both these neighbor nations could have been very much higher than expected, but that is not up to its full potential. Third, I would like to talk here is the China's growing influence in Myanmar and other areas of Southeast Asia, which is a great concern for India as it encroaches upon India's sovereignty. And now I would like to talk about the way forward. The first and foremost way forward is that both these countries need to scale up their trade relations And along with that, India needs to help Myanmar to modernize its military. And the recent example of India, that India provided INS Sindhu to Myanmar's navy as its first submarine. That was a very good step from my point of view. Other things we can do is that we can also provide Myanmar with a lot of investment so that Indian trust can be generated in Myanmar's people. So before concluding my speech, I would just like to add here that India and Myanmar are the two neighbors and like two friends, and both these nations can never be separated. I'm very optimistic that both these nations, India and Myanmar, will coordinate with each other very cordially, and both these nations will help the people of both these countries to develop economically, politically, and socio-economically. That's all. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thanks for giving a valuable time to us. We will keep coming with such interactive sessions.